nearly stabbed myself. Oh God, a bit pasty. One sec. Afternoon, people. Apologies if I look and sound a little bit rough. That's because I am a bit rough. I don't know, I've got some like cough, chest infection or something, I don't know. So I had a really bad night's sleep because I coughed my guts up. So I'm a bit flaky, a bit delicate. So you have to feel sorry for me. But that's not going to stop me from making a video. So we're going to do some sausage rolls, but some nice ones, proper decent ones. It's not going to be like a cheap Greggs one. It's going to be posh. I do have a love-hate relationship with the Greggs sausage roll though. It's like, it's kind of nice, but also a bit scuffed, isn't it? But anyway, come on, let's get on with it. Sausage rolls. So first things first, before we do anything else, we need a leek. Just a smallish one like that is going to be absolutely fine. It's going to be plenty there. So just take a knife, going to whip off the end, take off the outer layer, you know, just because, I don't know, a dog might have weed on it. Remember at school, everyone used to say that, don't they? Oh, don't touch that, a dog might have weed on it. I don't know many dogs that are going into farmers' fields full of leeks and weeing on them, to be fair, but it is what it is. Then just take your knife again and run, oh, I stabbed myself. Run your knife down it lengthways and then turn it 90 degrees and kind of do the same. Okay, and then just rinse it under a tap, cold water, and by slicing it that way you can get in between all the different layers and it helps get all the mud and cack out. And then simply just dice it up and whack that into a pan. Then to that pan I'm going to add a good chunk knob of butter. I don't know, sort of like that much. Get this onto a moderate heat, I'd say about 4. And once the butter's melting, it's foaming, just saute off the leeks for about 5 minutes, just until they're soft really. It's not going to take that long at all, it's not like onion. Then, once you've done that, just take them off the hob and then just pop them onto a plate to cool down completely. Now we're going to make the sausage meat, the filling. And for that, we need some pork. And there's going to be a little bit too much filling for this. You know, it's going to make 4 sausage rolls. We won't use all of the filling, but we're going to add all of that anyway, and I'll explain why in a second. And just open it up, get your pork mince in there. Make sure you take off the little meat nappy. So why am I making up more mix than I need? Right, so basically it's to kind of help with food waste. So we're going to get 4 sausage rolls out of this, with that pack of mince and one of these pre-made puff pastry sheets, right? 4 decent sized sausage rolls. You really only need about 400 grams of pork mince, okay? And if you're going to the butchers to get your pork mince, that's fine, because you can just ask for 400 grams. But for a lot of people, you go into the supermarket, right? And here in the UK at least, you know, most of our minced meat comes in 500 gram packs. So if you're only using 400 grams of it, well, you're gonna have 100 grams worth of pork mince left, and it's like, what are you gonna do with it? So instead of it sitting at the back of the fridge and potentially going off, and then you end up chucking it away, we're gonna sling it into the bowl anyway, and I'll show you what I do with the leftover mixture. Now, I do like a herby sausage roll, so we're gonna add some. I'm gonna start with some fresh thyme. My stuff that I'm growing in the garden's not ready yet, so I've had to buy it from the shop. And when it's kind of young and tender like this, you know, you don't need to pick off the leaves, you can just kind of dice it up straight away. If it's more woody, then obviously strip the leaves off. Whack that into your pork. Now I'm going to add some sage, but I have got some of that in my garden, so let's have a look. Take you outside, I don't know if you can hear that frickin' wood pigeon. So I'm going to go and take you to have a look at my herb garden. Well, it's not much of a herb garden at the minute, because there's only sage in it. So there's my very barren looking herb garden, but it's going to be full of stuff at some point. But we have got some fresh sage. So I'm going to pick, what, a few leaves. Do you want another couple of teaspoons of sage? I love fresh sage. You can use dried if you want, if that's all you've got. It don't really matter. But I thought I might as well use it while I've got it. So I'm just going to chop this up nice and finely. Straight in with that. And all the measurements will be in the description, as they always are. I do get comments asking me sometimes, like, where's the ingredients? It's down below in the video description. Next, we're going to add some apple. Nice juicy apple. Just giving it a quick wash. You can use like Royal Gala. This is a braeburn. You want something nice and sweet that's going to complement that pork. No need to peel it. We're just going to dice it up with the skin on and cut it in half. And then just literally dice it up into small chunks. So kind of like this sort of size. Is it going to focus? Is it going to focus? Is it going to focus? Focus! Like that. Okay, little bite-sized piece. Once you've diced that up, get that straight into your pork. In it goes. Definitely need some salt and pepper, so I'm going to add a good pinch of salt, maybe 2 because there's quite a lot of meat there. And what you can do is add your salt and pepper. You know, if you want to be a bit cautious, then pinch a little bit off of the mixture once you've mixed it all in. Fry it, taste it, and if it needs a bit more salt, a bit more pepper, you can add some. Add in your cooked leeks, in they go. And then finally, we're going to add some breadcrumbs. These are some breadcrumbs I made from stale bread that I kicking about, whizzed up in a food processor. You can keep it in the freezer and use it straight away. And you might be asking, why am I adding breadcrumbs? It's not to bulk it out, which is, you know, a popular opinion. What the breadcrumbs do is it soaks up all the fat in the pork as it's cooking, which helps keep it nice and juicy. That's the only reason we're adding it. And then all that's left to do is get your hands in there and mix it all together. Now we're going to make some sausage rolls. But before we do that, you need to preheat your oven. I've got a fan assisted oven, so I'm going to put that at about 180. If it's non-fan assisted, probably about 200, 190. Right, we need some pastry. Now, obviously, you can mess about and make your own puff pastry, but honestly, no one's got time for that, are there? And this stuff from the shop is absolutely fine. This is like Just Roll stuff. You can get own brand. It's just as good. That's what we're using. So first off, take your pastry out of the packaging, and it comes wrapped in this baking parchment. Keep that. We're going to use it. So unroll it, and we're going to divide this into 4. Easiest way to do that is turn it around 90 degrees, fold it in half, gently press, unravel it, and you see where the crease is, cut it in half. So then you've got 2 equal pieces. Then take each piece of that, fold it in half again. Cut down the line, and there you go. That's how you divide it up into nice 4 equal sized portions. So then you'll have uniform sausage rolls, which is nice, isn't it? Okay, there we go. So you have 4 pieces there. They're ready to make into sausage rolls. Now remember I said to keep the baking paper. The reason is this, right? I'm going to use it to line our tray. So literally I just unravel it, pat it down so it fits nicely on the tray, and then just rip it. Perfect. And then we're going to use this bit as well. See, it's all economical on this channel. And to assemble a sausage roll, it couldn't be simpler, right? We're just going to take one of our squares. I've got some English mustard here. You could use Dijon if you want, but, you know, English mustard is the best. I'm not biased at all. Take a pastry brush and then just brush a strip across that, slightly off centre. Then take some of your pork, apple and leek mixture and just kind of place that, say, slightly off centre like I say, and just kind of manipulate it to kind of spread it out. You need a little bit more. And that looks about bob on to me. I'm going to add a little bit more mustard on top just because I like the flavour. Okay, if you're not a mustard lover, you can leave that out. And then we need to seal it. So I've got a beaten egg here. Just 1 beaten egg will do all 4 of these sausage rolls. A little tip for you as well, add a little pinch of salt to your egg because that helps kind of break it down, which makes it more liquidy, which is kind of what we want for this. So dip that in just a little bit of egg wash, and then just fold that other half over. You will kind of have to manipulate it a little bit. I might have put a bit too much sausage meat in there, but it'll work. Press the edges down, make sure it's got a nice seal on there. And then just take a fork and just crimp the edges in like that, just all the way down. Because I like to make it look a bit neater as well, I'm just going to trim off this excess here, just so it's got like a nice straight line. And then carefully take your sausage roll and pop it on a baking sheet. And then just repeat the process with the other 3. So there we go, we have our 4 sausage rolls. They're not quite finished yet, so I'm going to pop them in the fridge because I'm going to show you what I do with the leftover mixture. So as you can see, look, there is a bit of mixture left over. Like I said, there would be. Now there's enough there for probably another couple of sausage rolls, maybe. But again, what you're going to have to do, you're going to have to break into another pack of pastry only to use about half of it. So what are you going to do with the rest? So what I do with this mixture is quite simply, I take the other half of that leftover greaseproof paper. I'll cut a few squares off it. Well, these scissors aren't great. A few of them, just like that. And then just really simply, I just take a ball of it and squish it out into a patty. Okay, pop that on the square. Another one on top. And there's enough for 2 here. Got another square. Whack that on top. And then you've got a couple of sausage patties. Stick them in a little freezer bag, stick them in the freezer. And then you've got some sausage patties to put in a breakfast muffin with a fried egg or whatever. So no waste. Right, so these are almost ready for the oven. So what I'm going to do is take a sharp knife and just lightly score lines in the top. You don't need to gouge right into it. Then take the rest of our beaten egg and just give them a final egg wash. Now you can just put them in the oven straight like that. You know, that's absolutely fine, but let's go a little bit extra. So I've got a little dish here, and all that is equal quantities of fennel seeds, mustard seeds and poppy seeds. Just kind of mix all that up and just sprinkle that over the top. Again, this is optional, but pork, fennel seeds, I mean, it's a match made in heaven, isn't it? And they are ready for the oven, so we're going to pop those in. And they'll take about 20 to 25 minutes to cook. You know, basically until the sausage is cooked through and that puff pastry is risen, nice and golden brown. You know the drill. Once they're ready, take them out of the oven, but don't eat them straight away. These things are going to be nuclear when they come out of the oven, right? Hotter than the devil's arse crack, right? As we always say. So just leave them for like a few minutes, 2, 3, 5 minutes, because you don't want to burn the roof of your mouth off, do you? And I don't know about you, but I do like to dunk mine in a bit of ketchup. Controversial maybe, but it's delicious. That is miles ahead of any shop bought sausage roll. Oh God, a bit of pastry. One sec. Pastry flake went straight down my neck. Who knew sausage rolls were so hazardous? So there we go. Those are my apple, pork and leek sausage rolls. Super easy to make really. There's no fuss at all. You don't need to faff about making your own pastry. Just buy the shop bought stuff. It's fine. But listen, I'm going to bugger off. I'm going to have another one of those. I'll probably smash all 4 to be honest by the end of today. But if you enjoyed the video, please stick a like down below. Leave a comment as well. Always like to hear from you. And I'll see your gorgeous faces next time. Ta-ra for now.